You know, you've had a lot of different roles. This is an international kind of role. Any difference, any challenges?
No, it's again the great challenge is always trying to figure out how your character fits in within the context of the movie and making sure that you maintain that balance.
Awesome.
What do you admire about Mira Nair? What do you admire about her?
Well, I think she's an unbelievable trailblazer. To be able to make the films that she's made, specifically out of India, has been remarkable. And so that's one aspect. And I also just think she's an unbelievable storyteller. So both professionally and creatively, I'm awestruck by her.
Great, thank you.
Anyway, this movie talks about fundamentalism and Muslims. So I was wondering, in America...
The film's about fundamentalism in all its different forms, and some of that's religious, some of it's political, and a lot of it's economic, actually. And in the kind of wake of the global financial crisis, that's one of the ways in which this film is really timely. It explores the way in which, you know, economic and capitalist fundamentalism is one of the most dangerous of our times. You know, it was crazy when we were shooting this film. The Occupy movement was literally kicking off in Zuccotti Square, you know, as we were filming. And it was amazing kind of tapping into that for research and also just to be reminded of what kind of timely subject matter there is in the story.
And do you think that religion is a very personal thing to experience? It seems to be in here in America.
I think religion is a personal thing to experience, yeah, but I think it can also be a kind of something that people experience in large groups.
Do you relate to this character in any way?
I think, yeah, I definitely do. I really relate to this character, and I think the fact is, all kinds of people relate to this character. I think the more specific you are, the more universal you become, you know, when you're telling a story. And so, yeah, this is a lower to upper middle class, Pakistani financial analyst who lives in New York, post 9/11. But actually, at a screening in LA, a 60-year-old woman from Tennessee stood up and said, that character's story is my story. Because it's a story of being an insider and an outsider at the same time, and how we navigate that, how we can be complex people that have often very contradictory elements in our personality and still live truthfully and authentically. So I think everyone can relate to that struggle of trying to be who they are, especially when who they are can sometimes be very contradictory things.
And what do you admire about Mira Nair?
Everything. You know, Mira Nair is a filmmaker that doesn't compromise. She fights hard to tell the stories that she believes are important. This was a very difficult story to tell and to get it going and get it moving. And here we are, you know, it's shown in Venice, Toronto, and in Tribeca, which feels like an amazing homecoming for the movie. And she's just got a unique combination of being amazing with people, but also technically brilliant, which I think sometimes, you know, it's just rare to find that combination.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
Cheers.
What challenges did you have in doing that situation? One challenge that you had to do that?
One of the biggest challenges in this movie was getting to grips with economics. You know, I'm somebody who's scared of math, so you know, getting to grips with how to be a private equities analyst was something that kept me up at night and gave me nightmares. But yeah, at least now I've got a backup career option if the acting doesn't work out.
Okay, thank you so much.
Well, yes, well, I hope so. That's why, you know, I came out to support this film today. You know, I've seen this film in Venice, and, you know, this film, in a way, will show people who have the lack of education, lack of culture, and lack of understanding of cultures like the Middle East. It will show them, you know, a different look. This guy comes to America to live the American dream, and, you know, he gets a top job, a top position, and he graduates from an Ivy League school, and then 9/11 happens, and because he is from a certain race, you know, he gets humiliated, strip searched, and, you know, these are fears and concerns. Us as Middle Easterns, you know, I'm originally Saudi, and recently with the Boston bombings, there was a Saudi runner who was a victim, but as well was wrongfully accused as a suspect. So, you know, I thought this has been wiped out. You know, it's been 12 years since 9/11, but clearly the Obama presidency has not wiped out racial prejudice or, you know, racial profiling. And, you know, we need more films like this. This is an important film. And, you know, I'm happy that IFC, Doha Film Institute, and Mira Nair all teamed up to do such a great film.